Hello, Rams. I'm Jacky Wilson, and this is CTV Talks. This week, we're interviewing two very special guests that are a little poetic and a little outlandish. So sit back and tune in to hear about CSU's extraordinary community. Homecoming week is finally here, and this year, ASAP CSU has booked a truly mind-bending act. Our own Christopher Carter is a mentalist and a legend in 3 continents, numerous TV and radio shows, and 2,500 campuses and over around the country. Throughout his time blowing people's minds, he's received several awards, such as Best Entertainer, Best Male Artist, Performing Artist of the Year, and Best Live Novelty Performer. Carter's performances are a combination of psychology, people reading skills, and exciting theatrics. Christopher will be sharing his talents tonight at 7 p.m. in the LSC North Ballroom, but first, he's here to do some mind-bending of his own first. All right, Christopher, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, what I do is a mixture of illusion, psychology, a little bit of, I guess some people would call it hypnosis or power of suggestion, and I take all of this and I mix it into a huge mix so that it creates something that looks a lot like mind reading.
Interesting. So this is a little bit like magic.
Oh, it's kind of magic, but rather than a magician would manipulate objects, I manipulate people and the way they think.
That's awesome. How did you get started in such a unique field?
Well, I started out with traditional magic, and my parents didn't want me to do it, so they sent me to spend some summers visiting an uncle, and my uncle used to let me watch him play poker, and he sucked. He was terrible. Every time he would try to bluff, he would twist his wedding band around, and I realized that people wear their thoughts on their sleeves, and that I could use this to my advantage, so now that's what I do.
That's so interesting. So you're mentioning a lot of nonverbal communication going on. What do you think is so significant about nonverbal communication in mind bending?
Well, in terms of mind bending, it's simply the fact that once you start to interview a person, you can find out their attitudes about everything that they're talking about. And then from there, you can start to ask a series of, I guess we would call leading questions that they don't know are happening. And without them verbally responding, you can figure out exactly what they're thinking of. Within limits. It's not perfect.
Yeah, I can imagine. So can you tell me what I had for breakfast this morning?
No, I can't tell you what you had for breakfast this morning, but I can play with your brain a little bit if you're willing to try.
I would love to.
All right, we're going to do a little game of body language.
All right.
And I have a die. I'm going to put it in front of you. A die obviously has 6 sides. I'll turn away from you. I will close my eyes.
Okay.
And you decide, and you don't have to let the camera see it. You decide whatever number you want face up, cover it over with your hands. Tell me when you've done it. All right.
Alrighty.
I'm turning away. My eyes are closed. Choose your number. Cover it over. Tell me when you have it.
All right. Do you want the face up still?
Yes.
Okay. Covered.
Now, I always ask this question. I like to give you an opportunity. Do you want to keep that number or do you want to change it?
I'll keep it. I'm solid on this number.
All right. I appreciate that. You're just going to maintain eye contact. You don't have to feel like you're staring me in the eyes or anything, but just listen. You could have rolled a 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. And I got to ask you this question. Do you ever play poker?
No.
Good. I'm glad to hear that because your eyes just told me you rolled a 3.
I rolled a 3.
Now, one try could just be chance. Let's give it another shot. I'm closing my eyes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys.
Choose your number, cover it over. Tell me when you have it.
Let's see. All right.
And again, I always offer this. Do you want to keep that or do you want to change it to a different number?
We're going to change it. We're going to change it.
That's
All right.
That's okay. Go ahead and do that. Tell me when you have it.
Got it. Try to get me this time.
You got it?
Got it.
All right. And remember, you try not to give me any information.
Okay.
But you may have rolled a 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I already got it.
No way.
Actually, I got 2 tells. One was really obvious. The other was a little less obvious.
Okay.
The really obvious was 1.
Oh my gosh.
That was your choice?
I rolled a 1.
Now, let me ask you, this is a yes or no question. I don't want you to tell me. Did you really change it? Because sometimes people, they don't really do it. They just tell me they're going to change it. You really did. Can I ask you this? You changed it from a 2, didn't you?
Yeah. I think if I can remember. Now I'm so warped. I'm pretty sure
maybe you didn't,
was.
but that was the other little cue that I saw. So.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
So, what is the craziest thing that's ever happened to you? Have you ever been wrong?
Oh yes, I'm wrong, but I'm really good at couching when I'm wrong, so that people don't notice it. I'll start. The biggest part of the show, let me kind of explain this. The biggest part of the show is what I call the thought reading section of the show, where I have everybody in the audience concentrate on anything about themselves. Just like you said, what do I have for breakfast this morning? And I'm going to start to stand them up, and I'm going to start to interview them, and I'm going to start to figure out all the little details. And then I'll start to reveal their personal secrets to each other. Not necessarily the things they wanted me to guess, but other things about them that they didn't necessarily want me to guess. From time to time, I will guess wrong. That's why we have a whole audience, so that I can just bump from that person to the next person. And I get so much information, not from the person I'm talking to, but from the people around them, because the people around them know them really well. So let's say I'm talking to you and there's 5 or 6 people around you who know you really well, and I start to talk to you and I bring up breakfast cereals. And you're trying to hide what you had if you had a breakfast cereal, but they know what you had, and you'll just see them start to get really interested. And that's how I zero in on the good stuff.
That's so interesting. Well, you can catch more amazing illusions at Christopher's website, ChristopherCarterMentalist.com. Thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are the #1 killer of children 1 through 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
All right, Mama's gonna bring you home. Mama's gonna bring you home. No.
Challenge your kids to be active and eat healthy.
Let's see what you can do. Let's go.
Search We Can for ideas on how to get healthy together.
Welcome back to CTV Talks. Here at CSU, we have a few magic makers of our own. Matthew Cooper is a scholar, a poet, and a widely published author. His poetic works entail several novel-length poems, and his most recent published collaboration, Imago for a Fallen World, which came out this year. His poetry has appeared in several prestigious publications. As of now, you might be able to catch Professor Cooperman around campus because he is the Associate Professor of English. In addition, he teaches writing, poetry workshops, eco-poetics, and several other literature courses. So, talking about your wife and this wonderful collaboration, how have you worked with that mutual love for poetry in your work?
My collaboration with my wife has largely focused on, we have 2 kids, and our daughter Maya, who's 7 now, is autistic. And much of our journey of understanding Maya has produced a kind of corollary effect on our own writing. And so we've been working on a book together about life with Maya, more or less, and just the challenges and rewards of having a high-needs child.
Your newest book has been described as strangely beautiful. How do you feel about that kind of description?
Well, it's very flattering. I hope that, in fact, it is strangely beautiful. If it is strangely beautiful, it has everything to do with my collaborator on this project, the Romanian artist Marius Lehene, who's also a professor of drawing, the head of drawing here at CSU.
That's amazing. And how has that collaboration kind of come about?
That collaboration began through a collaborative arts group that the 2 of us put together called Accidental Vestments, that really drew from the graduate students in creative writing in our MFA program and the MFA program in art, and a common desire to work across disciplinary boundaries. And that sparked a kind of interest in that type of collaboration with Marius, and we've sort of continued doing various sort of projects over the years on this, and this is a culmination of about 10 years of work, actually.
Wow. And what is one of the most amazing things that you have learned from this collaboration, especially over such a long period of time?
One of the real discoveries that collaboration has produced for both of us, I think, is kind of a loosening of our own authorial intentions and desires to control things. And so, creatively speaking, the loss of control is a creative opportunity, and it's been wonderful to sort of see how we can surprise each other, and that's been very pleasurable.
That's a great positive way to look at a loss of control.
Absolutely.
I know not very many people can do that. How did you bring your poetry writing expertise to this collegiate level?
Well, lots of graduate school. I spent 9 years in graduate school and had lots of student teaching that prepared me for teaching at various levels. The desire in teaching writing is often to be able to work with graduate students. And so just lots of years of teaching. I've been teaching for over 20 years, and the opportunity then to work in a nationally ranked creative writing program has been a wonderful way to sort of develop my teaching.
That's great, and we are, again, so very lucky to have you. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Dr. Cooperman's most recent publication can be found in the second floor of the LSE bookstore in the Books by Faculty section. Thank you.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
Hey Rams, we saw some pretty good weather today, getting up to the mid-60s with a partially clouded sky. It's supposed to drop to the 40s tonight, and we'll see it get colder going into next week. There's a 40% chance of rain this weekend, and the weather should be in the mid to low 60s with wind only at 9 to 11 miles per hour. So make sure to be watching for that if you plan on spending time outside. Next week, it'll be in the high 40s starting Monday and Tuesday, and there's still a 40% chance of rain. But as the week goes on, it should head back up to the 50s and 60s. If you're heading back down to the Colorado Springs area, the temperatures could be as high as the 70s, so they're not experiencing the fall weather that we are in Fort Collins. Temperatures are also slightly warmer in Denver, in the high 60s for the weekend and the 50s the beginning of next week. Up in the mountains and in Vail, there's a 70% chance of rain, but it's not looking good for snow because the temperatures will only be in the 40s. So let's hope it gets colder there for ski season. And I don't know if anyone keeps up with the weather near the coast, but there is something that's being watched near Mexico. It's hurricane season, so although nothing is positive, it's good to notice that down near the southern Mexico, the winds are picking up and the water is getting cooler, and they're predicting an 80% chance of development in that area. There are persistent thunderstorms down there, and they will continue to keep watching those conditions. Thank you for watching CTV. I'm Caitlin Conley. See you next time.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are the #1 killer of children 1 through 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Well, unfortunately, that is all the time we have for you tonight at CTV Talks. I'm Jacky Wilson, and wait a second, is that our beacon of bliss? Is that our symbol of spirit? Is that our pride and passion? It is. It's Cam the Ram, everybody. Happy homecoming week. Have a wonderful and safe time.